everyone, Paul Sam. Welcome to another inbox review. Today we're going to have a look at the Tamiya 124 Mercedes-Benz CLK DTM 2000. So this is the Team D2 scheme on this. There's 3 schemes on this kit available, 4 in total. So there's the D2, this one. There's the Warsteiner one, which I've built before. I'll show at the end of the video, which is the all black one. And then there's the original teal telly, whatever you want to call it, which came as a kit and as a pre-painted body as well. So they came out around the year 2000, I think it's 2001. I built the kit, can't remember any issues with it whatsoever. I think the most difficult thing on this one will be the decals, but as I explained in the video, I have spares, so very, very lucky there. So this was voted for by my patrons. A perk of being a patron of certain tiers, you get to vote on my next reviews and builds and what have you. So yes, that's the reason for the review today. Bit of an oddball one because it's not a readily available kit this now, but it is still a nice kit, and if you can find it, it's well worth sourcing because it is a nice build. Anyway, let's go see what we get in the box. Hey everyone, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell notifications, get notified of our latest videos, give the video a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and leave a comment. I do read and appreciate every comment you guys and girls leave behind. I may not reply to them all, but they are all appreciated. And there's a link in the description of the video that takes you to a big long list of all handy videos and a lot of the products I use in my videos. You now have the chance to support the video content creation by using Patreon or the PayPal me link in the description down below. All the videos always remain free to watch. This is just your chance to help support the videos. Right then, so as I said, this is a 2001 kit from Tamiya, so you pretty much know what you're going to get in the box. It's going to be a good kit. It's going to go together fairly easily, shouldn't give any issues. The only downside to this kit, it's not cartograph decals, and it's quite a tricky scheme. So we'll have a look at those decals later and see what we've got. As I also said, 3 different boxes for this. You've got the Warsteiner version, which I've already built. I'll pop some pictures up on screen now. I had no issues with the kit that I can remember. Built it a couple of years ago. Beautiful looking car in a great scheme that went together absolutely fantastically. There's this version, the D2, and there's the version with the bonnet open engine scheme on it, which I did have and moved on a number of years ago. Getting hard to find now, but they're out there if you look. And I don't think the box art does the kit justice. You've just seen the pictures of my black Warsteiner one, and I think it's a great looking car. Sadly, Tamiya doesn't quite capture the angles on some of these kits well, because if you look at the side angle of this car, it's a lot prettier than that front angle looks. It makes it look a bit odd shaped. I think it's the angle it's at, but yeah, good looking car, very nice decal scheme, but it's going to be quite a complex one, that's for sure. A little bit of info on the kit there if you can read Japanese. If not, you're SOL like me, but we've got a little bit of info there. You can see a bit of engine detail, the roll cage, and a picture of the real car there as well. So let's open it up and see what we've got inside. So we've got the body shell with some mesh, we've got the tyres, we've got the clear parts, and we've got 1, 2, 3 sprues, and then the decals, 2 sheets of decals, and a mass set, which is really good to get. So we'll pop those over there, and our instructions as well. So we'll pop this over here. It's not going to be a really long review. I can hear somebody saying thank God for that. So, now I remember the kit being pretty trouble free. I can't remember the build at all, so you have to bear with me on this, but there's bits to add on the side, which we'll look at in a minute when we go through the instructions. You got the usual marbling on the plastic, just the way it's been moulded. There's no detrimental effect. You won't see that through the plastic. It's just the way the 2 plastics have met. So there's quite a bit of marbling on the body. We've got front rear mounted bumpers, the bonnet, hood, whatever you want to call it, is separate as well. So there shouldn't be any real seam lines. Very small one there on the back where the spoiler will sit. Let me zoom in a touch. So a very small one just on the back there that runs just down the back and into the light. And then it'll go up the roof. Can't see up the roof. Can't see it on the bonnet. No, it's not there. So just that small one on the back to deal with, which should be very quick and simple and easy to do. And then just run a sander right over the edge to take the sharpness off, but body's moulded nicely. Not going to give you any issues at all. But like I said, we've got a lot of parts to put in place. Panel lines are nice and deep, well defined. And yeah, just a great looking classic Mercedes. So no problems there with that. So if we pop it over there, try and grab the bodywork first. Here we go. So obviously we'll go through the instructions in a bit and see how it all goes together. So we've got the bonnet here as well. Let me zoom out a touch. As you can see, it includes the grille on the front. Got the front rear bumper. So again, no panel lines on these whatsoever. The side skirts there as well, so you just need a bit of careful gluing in place. Again, I remember no issues at all on this kit. It's going to go together really well. And then obviously the bonnet is removable later on down the line as well. Roll cages all here. We've got some aerodynamic spats, I think, for the front, yes. Door handles, door mirrors. So everything on that sprue will be fairly easy to deal with. And if I remember right, you can glue all this in place before the body goes on. And obviously you've got to spray the bonnet separately, just the way it is. Unfortunately, in that bag was also a chrome piece, which has got the grille, the light brackets, sorry, the light back ends, and the mirror chrome pieces as well. Chrome is actually really good. That could be left as is, no bother at all. So chrome's good. Obviously on the light clusters doesn't really matter, and on the mirrors again doesn't really matter. So they're good to go as well, which is always nice to see. So flat chassis on this, small diffuser on the back, as you can see. Nothing really interesting to look at here. Door cards, wheel arch interiors, the engine induction, a seat, dashboard, steering wheel, some grills. So nothing really there. We've got the cockpit tub as well. A little bit of detail in there should you want to paint it up. I suppose you could carbon this if you wanted to. With this being flat bottoms, not a lot of work to do under here really. Pretty straightforward and simple. So again, no problem there. The seat, very, very basic seat on there. Nothing really all that interesting. And that's it. It's a pretty basic kit, to be fair, for what it is. It's pretty basic. Steering wheel's nice. A little bit of detail on that. Nothing really reaching out here to like, wow, look at that. It's pretty basic, to be honest. But like I said, I do remember the build being quite straightforward. Typical Tamiya plastic, moulded well, no issues anywhere at all. Bit of cleanup required to move these sprue points here, these support bars, on a lot of these parts, but overall the cleanup on that's going to be very quick. No problem whatsoever. And then we have, look here, Tamiya staples. I've been in 7 minutes, I haven't moaned about a staple yet, so I better have. So we've got the wheels, very, very nice wheels, really nice. Pedal box, suspension, subframes, engine, top I suppose, the brake disc and calipers, our steering, gear shifter, tow hooks, steering rack, more part of the roll cage, but with it, exhaust, manifold or headers, depending on where you're from. And again, all superbly molded. Those wheels are very, very nice. Really nice. They can look really good painted up. As I say, we've already done the black one, so we've seen how that looks like. And this is all detail for the front. So I think this sits down the front, and the other part on the other sprue, the black part, sits on top. So you're not going to see a lot of the engine, but there is there to a degree. Got this top here, which is probably the most you're going to see. But again, crisply moulded, no flash, a little bit of seam wear to pick up as always. Brake discs look good. Calipers are well defined. Yeah, really good. Pedals are nice. So again, it's a really simple kit. There's not a lot to it all. You got your tire markings there for the Dunlop. So they're the reverse transfers that you put on. A little bit tricky to do, but quite straightforward once you know how. You're going to pop those there. Tires and poly caps. I'm not going to get the tires out. They are just slicks with a seam through the middle. So get a seam tool on there or a sander and they're gone. And then the poly caps, standard Tamiya poly caps are there. And there will hold the wheel in and a piece of the Tamiya mesh, which you can always replace with some real mesh should you wish, but this stuff doesn't look bad, to be fair. On some cars, it's not too bad at all. Now, clear parts. Get the staple out because I don't want the staple scratch anything in here as well. Another important piece, which I've actually gone and lost off my black Warstein I'm on now, and that is a metal Mercedes logo. So that is actually a metal logo that does actually stick vertically like the real Mercedes gun sight, I used to call it on my Mercedes. So don't lose that, because quite an important part of the car. So I'm going to pop it in there with the mesh and the tyre markings. Clear parts, as always, make or break. No issues there. Just need to wipe over a little bit dirty. No problems there. The quality's good. You can see right through that. No real magnification at all. No distortion. Tamiya gets it right. Anything 2000 onwards, late 90s onwards, seems to be good. And again, no issues there whatsoever. Crystal clear. Like I say, it just looks a bit smudgy, like it needs a quick clean up. So get it with a glasses cloth and it'll be all good. Rear light clusters there. Again, they're going to need painting, but they're going to look good. And the front light lens is there as well. So glass is absolutely spot on. No issues there whatsoever. So pop that carefully back in there. And the tyres are done with as well. We'll have a look at the decals. Now, the decals look tricky on this. I'm very lucky that my good buddy Gary Constable sent me two spare sets for this. So I have spares should they be required, which is always handy to have. So these are going to prove interesting, to say the least. Now, as far as I'm aware, ignore my compressor. Comes on at the worst possible time. They're not cartograph. They are Tamiya's own, printed in Japan. So they may be a bit troublesome. But overall, they don't look bad. They don't feel too thick. But you've got some pretty delicate decals to get on there. So it's nice knowing I've got two full spare sheets of these decals for this, which is always good peace of mind when you're doing a difficult scheme. The scheme's not difficult, but these Tamiya decals can be. We've got a lot of carrier films. You have to make sure you've got a nice paint job, nice and smooth. It doesn't have to be glossy. It can still be matte and still be smooth. But we really have to take our time with these. But it is nice knowing you've got that backup of two spare sets of decals. I will say that for sure. So in here, we've also got the smaller markings as well. As you see, sponsorship markings for Bosch, Karcher. Got the seat belts, which we'll replace anyway. Brembo, are they Brembo? I can't read them or not. AP Racing, brake calipers, and then some instruments for the inside of the car as well. So again, no problems there with those decals at all. Haven't got spares of those, so you need to be super careful with those. And of course, a handy addition to every car kit. Every car kit should come as standard with a mask set. And there we go. Well done, Tamiya, as always. So, very, very good. So, if you've got a printer, you can always mask off. You can always scan it, print off a full-size sheet at the right scale and use that as a template. But for me, I'll just use these because I don't have any more of these kits. But it should be just a standard thing to come with every car kit. Every car kit should, by law, come with a mask set because it makes life so much easier. And some of the aftermarket mask sets are not the best and can do more damage than good, as I found out recently on one of my kits, where it left residue everywhere. So they're not always good to have. So sometimes good if you do have the templates to cut around them and copy them. But yeah, like I say, decals look alright. Although the Tamiyas, they shouldn't really give you any issues, hopefully, if you're careful with them. So, instructions. We've got some info on the car there. Should you want to read it, you can pause that and have a read. So you've got English at the top, German underneath, French underneath that, and Japanese at the bottom as well. So if you need to read that, you can pause it and have a read. Typical Tamiya's fold-out pamphlet, which is really annoying. Much prefer the booklets. But we start off with the colours required few colours there. TS17 aluminium for the body. Pretty standard. Tools required, caution. And we start off with assembling the engine and the suspension on the front end. So pretty standard assembly for us. We'll go straight to the body shell and start on that because that's how we roll. Then onto the brakes, firewall, induction, decals on there as well, yeah. Onto the steering, the braking, the sub-assembly there as well. The seat, there's a backing for the seat as well, so it might not look as odd. Steering wheel, any decals are called out separately as well as all the pedal box, steering wheel, column, shift, everything for the interior. Roll cage, TS42, which is light gunmetal, okay? Different colour for the interior, is it? Is it fully? So it's calling for semi-gloss interior, which I'm going to guess will be carbon. I might be guessing, I might be wrong. And then gunmetal for the roll cage. Okay, we can do that. Dashboard there. No problem. Door cards. Wheels. TS17, same colour as the kit. I'll probably do them a different colour if I had a bit of interest. Attaching the wheels, the tyre decals, and then the body. So TS17 for the body. X18 for the trim. Pretty standard. And then we've got all these parts that go in place as well. Front bumpers with the mesh. Rear bumper. The side skirts. With a few components on there as well. You're going to have to weigh up the way you're going to do this. Life-size template to cut the mesh, always handy to get. And about painting the windows with the mask set as well. So you also get masks for the lights, so you need to pay attention here. Do them in the correct order. Spray the rear lights. And then putting the rear bumper on, rear lights in place. Bonnet, the grille in place, attaching the body to the chassis, and then finishes touches with the spoiler, which is semi-gloss black. Again, I'm going to guess it'd be carbon on the real car. Popping the bonnet in place, mirrors, door mirrors, handles, and the gun sight Mercedes badge as well. So typical Tamiya instructions, literally almost industry standard, very clear, very concise. And then we've got the painting and decal layout here as well. So you need to pay attention for this. It's good to see left and right, and top, front, and back. So get to pay attention here. Make sure you get the right decals in the right place, everything matches up correctly, as well as making sure you don't screw up your decals. Painting, just silver body. German Telecommunications D2, and that's it. Fairly straightforward kit, nice and simple. Paint scheme is going to be pretty simple. Body looks pretty simple. Interior, engine, what have you, looks pretty simple. The hardest bit on this kit is going to be those decals. So, like I said, nice to know I've got spares. I can relax a little bit there. But overall, looks a good kit. Let's go back to me and have a little bit of chat about it. So, there we go. Quick, concise review. Makes a change for me, hey? But it's a nice, simple kit with enough detail to make it interesting, without being overbearing. But like I say, I think the most challenging thing on this is going to be the decals. They're not cartographed, they are Tamiya's own. There's lots of carrier film. The whole car is near enough covered in decals. So nice to have 2 spare sheets of decals in backup. And I really want to do this because I really enjoyed the Warsteiner version. I did have the other one, the original telly version, but I moved it on. I should have kept it in hindsight, but one of those. But the Warsteiner one, I'll put some pictures up now. I built this a couple of years back, and I don't remember any issues with it whatsoever. It went together really well. I can't remember any details about the build, but it was probably primed in UMP black primer. It was probably like TS14 black, knowing me. Back then, 2019, probably Pro Range 2K clear. I had no issues with the decals whatsoever. They went down really well, but it's a much simpler scheme than this one. Just a really nice overall kit and a very, very pretty car. I think this kit suffers a lot of problems that a lot of Tamiya kits do. The Tamiya's box art doesn't do the vehicle justice. I think they can have odd angles on the front. A perfect case in point is Tamiya's RS500s. The Texaco car looks great on the box. The Trampio one looks awful. It would literally put you up behind the car. Obviously, the scheme's not the best, so that would put me off. But it's the identical kit, and the box art is just chalk and cheese. One looks great, the other one looks absolute rubbish. So, don't always go by the box art. I mean, most of the time you can, but sometimes it can be a bit deceiving because this box art here looks nothing like that car I just showed you, because that's a very pretty car. So yes, bear that in mind. So there we go, another review. Hope you enjoyed that. If you've got the kit, let me know. If you've built it, let me know. If you're looking for it, let me know. If I ever see one, I can always let you know. Like I said, it's hard to find now, but it's a worthwhile purchase if you can get it in any of the schemes. And it's a nice looking car, I think, as well. And a very high quality kit. For a 21-year-old kit, Tamiya, again, puts most companies to shame still. And you can't go wrong with Tamiya quality at all. And there we go. If you'd like to support the channel, have options to vote on reviews like this. I have a Patreon link in the description down below. It's a monthly subscription, which goes towards me making these videos, because without the patrons, these videos wouldn't exist. They'd have to cease. Hopefully that never happens. There's a PayPal me link as well if you want to donate direct, and any and all donations are greatly received. Make sure to check out Natasha Scale Model Facebook page and forum, umpretail.com, my Paul ISM Facebook page where all my personal modelling work is shared, all the links to the videos are shared, thoughts, reviews, everything is put up on there. And check out the ISM Live at the Bench page, Off Air Hangout group, and the ISM GB page as well. Thanks for watching today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, thumbs down, and leave a comment should you wish to. I do read and appreciate every single comment posted by everybody. I heart everyone up and reply to any questions as good as I possibly can. So thank you very much for everyone. And click that bell notification so you get notified of all our latest videos. If you've got this far and you're still watching, let me know your favourite Tamiya kit. Full stop. Everybody likes Tamiya. Well, near enough everybody does. Let me know your Tamiya kit. It doesn't have to be cars. Wherever you've built in the past, you could build multiples of. Wherever you'd be happy doing. Let me know your favourite Tamiya kit. For me, it's a tough one. I don't know. What would I build? I quite like the Tamiya NSXs, but I'm going to have to go with the RS500s and the Escorts. I like the RS500 Sierras and Escort Cosworths. So let me know yours in the comments down below. So there we go. I hope you enjoyed that review. I will catch you all later. Take care. Bye-bye.